Welcome into a Packers offensive breakdown of Week 12 against the San Francisco 49ers. A pretty strong showing for the Packers. Definitely got away with some mistakes, but we're going to dive right into the film. We'll see what they did well and some of the things that they can improve on. Starting out with play number one, this is going to be a big run by Josh Jacobs, but the play design really helps us out. So you're going to get this kind of spinner motion where you're going to have Reed that's going to be going behind the quarterback. Then you're going to get the handoff to Jacobs, but you've got this motion across and then the kick out for essentially what is a split zone. And they're going to send an extra blitzer here. All right. And that blitzer, he could blow up this play, but this motion behind the quarterback is going to slow him down just enough to get this play off. So we'll take a look at that. Send extra pressure. You can already see here, he has got to respect that run to the outside, so he's not able to get in and blow up that play. And then you get a good seal from Myers down the field, and a nice big run to get the game started. And you can just see here, Myers does a very good job. So we got Myers, we got Kraft. Let's take a look at both of those guys. Kraft first. He's responsible for the edge, right? Tom should really be going to the second level here. But Kraft steps in. He's able to get a seal on the edge, kicks him out. And then we've got Myers, who is taking on two linebackers there and able to get a nice seal to allow Jacobs to get down the field, eventually tackled by the safeties. So just a good start on the opening drive of the game. Then you're going to come right back at him with a similar motion. And instead, you're going to be running a power play. All right, so you've got a nice pull by Elton Jenkins here that creates a seam, and we'll see that from the end zone angle. It's a little bit better. Right, we've got a motion, and it turns into a power. Right, so you've got down block here. You've got a double team there. Then Ryan's going to down block, and you've got Jenkins who's going to be pulling, kicking out, and then you've got Brooks, who is supposed to be the lead blocker in this situation. So there's the kick out. Then you've got your lead block, and Wicks gets in there as well. Creates a seam for a nice big run and another first down. And here we're going to see a ton of misdirection on a Packers touchdown. So you can see the eyes manipulating the defense. You've got a lot of movement heading to this side because you've got that motion, and you think, oh, it's just going to be this quick out. But that's just misdirection for the screen on the opposite side. And you get Kraft, who's able to break a couple tackles and still drive into the end zone. So good execution here, good eyes by Love, making sure that the defense is falling for it. And you can see Tom getting to the next level, ready for that screen. Almost blown up by 56. He recognized it, but just a little bit too late. But it is a Packers touchdown. Next play, we're going to focus on Myers. This is just going to be a simple swing screen here to Jacobs, but Myers is our focus here. He does a very good job getting downfield and blocking an all-pro linebacker there in Fred Warden. And eventually gets the pancake, rolls over the top of him, and that's a good gain on a first down. So well done by Myers downfield. Able to get that swing screen a little extra yardage. All right, looking at this shell, you're probably going to get some form of cover zero. You've got a lot of pressure up at the line. And of course, that's what happens. So you've got deep receivers. Or deep DBs rather. It's a third down. So you've got these four defenders on these four receivers. And of course, you're going to get a max protect from the offense. And I think Love just has to do a better job of getting this ball out and accurately to Kraft. Because this is probably a first down if he gets the ball to Kraft, right? Because he's basically got to take 3 steps to get to the first down yardage. He knows that pressure is on, and it's just an errant pass. All right, and we'll see it from the end zone angle as well. You've got pressure coming up the middle. You're going to have a free runner. And just throws it into the dirt in the middle of the field. But I think he had plenty of room there to get to Kraft. Maybe Kraft was in the wrong spot against this, but it does look like there could have been a little bit more urgency from Kraft to recognize what was coming, and just not able to do it, and they're going to have to get rid of the ball. All right, next play, we're going to have somewhat of an inverted cover 2. So you're going to have a deep defender here. You're going to have a deep defender here. And eventually you're going to have your middle read, which is going to be Fred Warner, and he's going to try to chase someone in the middle. But that's going to leave an opening here for the deep dig. So anytime there's cover 2, that means the middle of the field is open. So this is a perfect look for this call. And you're going to see Dobbs able to cut in, get that deep dig for a nice big gain. All right, so again, that was the inverted cover 2. So you've got one of the corners that is going to be in the deep half as well. And this is helped by this look that they're giving as well, because if you've got your linebackers at 1 yard depth rather than, 6 yards, 5 yards, it's going to mess up their drop a little bit. They're not going to get as much depth on this drop. And that's just going to give enough space here between the backers and between Dobbs to make this an explosive play. This next one is interesting. This was after offsetting penalties, and you've got a substitute coming into the San Francisco defense. For some reason, they're not allowing the snap to go off, because I don't think the Packers substituted here after the offsetting penalties. But we're going to notice we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They've just had offsetting penalties for 12 men on the field, and, illegal shifts or illegal formation because they weren't set the play before. And for some reason, the Niners still have 12 men on defense, and this is just going to be an easy penalty. The back judge counting him up, going to throw the flag here before the ball gets snapped. Kind of ridiculous. All right, couple plays later, you're just going to get this power game again. So you're going to get a nice run up the middle and a good push by Jacobs for his first touchdown of the game. Of course, not too much to analyze here. He does get contacted at the line of scrimmage, right? Even in the backfield, and he's able to drive over Mustafa for the touchdown. All right, just before the half, the Packers decide to take a bunch of shots, and they have this first shot on first down. Watson able to take an inside release here up at the top of the screen. So he's got a little bit of a stutter release here. Works inside, fights off the hands, and is able to get vertical. And again, this is against cover 1. We've got one high safety, right? And you've got man underneath everywhere else. So he's able to take this shot to the outside, and it is a perfect ball that hits Watson in the hands. Looks like he closed his hands too early, right? Instead of just making a basket here, he is chomping at the ball there, and that's what's going to cause that drop. So instead of getting a basket ready for that football just to land in, he's pushing his hands towards the ball, and that's what causes it to bounce out. But you have this shot on first down. Very good ball here. He's not able to look it in. What would have been a touchdown is not going to be in the end. And then the next couple plays, I'm not going to show them, but they throw it deep on the next 2 plays. So they end up with a 3 and out here before the half. And I get it. It's right before the half. You're trying to, make a big play, but it's unfortunate that one doesn't happen. But the next few downs, you don't have to throw it deep just like you did the first play. Again, not much to see here. Just power run game. You've got a pulling guard. All right, so you've got Ryan, who's going to be pulling here. Able to make some contact, but again, this is all Jacobs with his push at the end. It gets contacted just behind the line of scrimmage and able to drive his legs in for his second touchdown of the game. Next couple plays, we're going to look at some of the potential turnovers from Love. This is going to be a somewhat, questionable decision, but it's also well played by number 27. So he can see that this is going to be coming open. I think if this is more of a middle breaker and instead of a curl, that this is going to be a completed pass. But because it's the curl, you've got the underneath defender. So this is similar to that inverted cover 2 that we saw earlier. Number 27 is going to come in and cut underneath with good vision defense and nearly intercepted it. And there were multiple times throughout this game where Love had a ball in the hands of a defender and he got away without throwing an interception. Next play, another near turnover. You've got pressure overloaded on one side of the formation. You're going to have a guy get through, but there's too much pressure. All right, so you're going to have Kraft, who's essentially running free here, but there's too much pressure up here in the box. So Jordan's got to step up and out. And then if he wants to make that throw, because he's going to his right, he's got to throw across his body to his left. It's not going to be the best throw if he does get a chance to make it, but he gets wrapped up here. And Packers get away with another near turnover, and you'll see it a lot better from the end zone angle. But it's going to step up. You can see that overloaded pressure. Ryan not able to help on anyone, so he's eventually going to find work here on the end. And you can see Jordan bobbling the football, somehow able to keep it, and that could have been another near disaster for the Packers. So even though they won 38-10, there is a potential for, 14 points if both of those turnovers are going over to the 49ers. So definitely not the cleanest game from the Packers. And again, even though I'm not saying it's not the cleanest game, we're going to have a Wicks here, so keep your eyes on him. Not going to say too much, but if you focus on 13, crossing the formation, there you've got play action. This is an easy touchdown. There's no one. They're playing the run right now. Packers have a significant lead. He's able to leak out, and if Love is not booting out to the other side, and he's got his eyes here, I'm sure they talked about this in film, but man, you've got 3 guys focused on 2 over here. You're going to have the flat, which is going to be open, but you have the opportunity on a first down to get a touchdown there. Kraft is able to get it and work down into the end zone. So, nearly a touchdown on that play, but Wicks is just completely wide open because of this run, because they've been running the ball so well. 27, we saw his aggressive play earlier with a near interception against Watson, but man, that one sucks to miss. But in the end, it doesn't make a difference because you do have Josh Jacobs walking in for his 3rd touchdown of the game. Again, very similar to the first 2. Just driving in, making sure those legs are moving, getting an easy score for the Packers. So 3 touchdown game for Jacobs. Then the last offensive play that will show, Packers get the ball in the red zone again, and you're just going to take the 1-on-1 matchup here with Malik Heath. Good ball there. Able to make a contested catch and add another touchdown for the Packers. So giving Jordan Love 2 passing touchdowns on the day, 5 total touchdowns from the offense with that 38-10 win against the 49ers. All right, so that's going to do it for this video. Packers, of course, had a near flawless game. Obviously, a few near turnovers that could have changed the outcome of the game. But overall, good work by the offensive line, good work by the receivers. Pretty consistent throughout. And the Packers get revenge for the 2023 playoffs, able to beat the 49ers in this one. Of course, it's not quite the same 49ers team. They're not at the same strength that they were in that playoffs game, but Packers walk away with a win. That's what you want to see. And I will see you guys in the next video breaking down the Packers defense in this same game against the 49ers. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.